Welcome to the channel. Today I have a video from Horizon. Let's watch the video.
Thanks to you, my daughter has nothing. Nothing. And I want to know why the house was put in your mother's name.
How did I end up here?
And then when I went to prison for 5 years, when I got out of prison in 2003, I paid child support from that day until just February of last year when I lost my job.
Only because they garnished your wages.
Absolutely, that's what they do. And I actually asked my public defender, where's the proof? I've yet to see proof that the child's mine.
Mr. Manser, you are not
Oh, God.
his father.
Oh, man. 5 years in prison. Dylan, I'm sorry, bro. This is why. This is why I did what I did.
But this is nothing I made up. The lab did.
You made it all up.
No, I did not.
Well, those results
I
apparently
don't know
are made
any
up.
of those people on that form.
Oh, my God.
This is clearly the most shocking
Very much.
news we've ever gotten in this courtroom.
Oh, my God. She should be convicted of some crime.
No, I should not. I did
That is fraud.
Miss Sear, do you know?
Yes, ma'am.
You know who his father is.
Yes, I talk to him still.
You cannot stand there and really suggest that you cannot comprehend why this man would not have any type of ill feeling, frustration, or regret as it relates to anything involving you. 5 years in prison. And then I say, do you know who your son's father is? And you say, yes, I'm still in touch with him. That is a really huge pill to swallow. Really?
Thanks to you, my daughter has nothing. Nothing. And I want to know why.
That is very painful. You can see the room, just the attention when the father just said, I spent 5 years in prison. Those kind of situation man has been put into, the system has to do something about it. The poor guy just spent 5 years and paying child support for a child that is not even his. And the child is in the situation, I feel bad for the child too. You know, just the whole situation is a mess. And she's just clueless. She doesn't care about what's going on. And even the judge has to put it up, reminding her that this is a hard pill to swallow. It's not easy to go through 5 years. She's supposed to go for 5 years for knowing the truth and hiding it and making an innocent man going through some hard tragedy. Oh my gosh.
The house was put in your mother's name when you've got 2 flashy cars on the drive. Sorry? Is that really the way to speak to your ex-mother-in-law? Is it?
Well, it is, yeah. Listen here.
So could you please answer my question? Why is this house in your mother's name and not why did my daughter not know about this?
Well, unlike your opportunistic, that's how you say the word, opportunistic, that's how you say it, daughter, yeah? Unlike her, I'm a very caring son. So I thought, well, I love my mother, let me buy my mother a house in case if I sadly maybe pass away before my mother.
No, I'm sorry.
But it could be likely. So my mother has a nice, lovely
You didn't
house.
think to mention this to my daughter? You didn't think to mention it to
I
her?
don't need to love her.
I mean, she married you and she loved you and she
I
trusted
bet
you.
she did.
And all the time, her home, which she decorated and did things for the garden,
by my
all that
expense,
jazz.
with my money.
Was it your money though, or was it your
my money,
mother's
no.
money?
Oh, my mum's money. Well, no, I bought it for my mum. It was a gift. It was a gift.
Really? And you couldn't buy flowers like most people do for their mothers.
Oh, no, I bought the flowers for your daughter. Hey.
I'm glad you found this amusing.
If you look there as well, yeah, there's a nice little flower bush right there. If you want, you can take a flower as well. You can take two.
You are very, very cruel. You are very cruel.
I'm not cruel.
You are very, very cruel. I can't believe my daughter was married
intellectual
to you.
is what
I
you
don't
can
think
call
you're
me.
intelligent.
Intellectual is what you can call me.
If you were intelligent, you wouldn't have put the house in your mother's
your
name.
Your little narcissistic daughter.
How much do you want your wedding to cost?
Well, that's very sad to go through all that tragedy, but I'm not sure what her mother-in-law ex-wife problem is. You know, she's just, what does she want? She wanted to, not the guy not to change his house to his mother's name. Like, you know, I think he did a good thing, right? He did a smart thing. I think it's a lesson for all of us. If you feel yourself in a bad situation, it's a good thing to change the house or any asset you have, your house, your car, whatever you have, to change it to other people's name. So when you guys get divorced, your spouse will not get anything from you. That's always a very smart move. I appreciate that.
My thing is not a cost thing. It just needs to
Say that up, but we know. Come on.
I want 2 weddings there. I want one here and I want one abroad in South Africa.
Okay, so you've roughly done the costings, roughly.
I haven't done the cost.
But roughly.
Probably like 600k. Probably even more.
The guy's like, huh? That's more than $500,000 for a wedding.
Probably like
What currency are we talking about?
pounds. Probably like 500k.
A wedding.
400k.
Wedding.
350.
Wedding.
I guess like wedding. That's so funny.
How much?
You're trolling me.
Why am I going down?
You're trolling
How
me.
much do they cost?
A wedding.
Yeah, my dress, my bridesmaids, my car, my people, my hair, like my ring. Are we including the whole thing?
Yeah.
This is not supposed to be my plate.
Wow, I think she's just overreacting and delusional. She's not in reality. Like, how can you expect to have a wedding for more than $500,000? That's just crazy, man. Like,
This isn't supposed to be my kitchen. All of this is wrong. How did I end up here? And I'm trying so hard to find the good parts of this new reality or dimension that I'm in. And I am finding them in pieces, but
You know, let's turn now to a News 5 investigation that's getting results from a man who'd been trying for years to prove his ex-wife was milking the court system so she could continue receiving alimony payments.
Following a 14-year marriage that ended more than a decade ago, the ex-wife's attorney filed paperwork claiming she was too sick to work and needed more alimony.
But Chief Investigative Reporter Eric Ross uncovered not only was this woman working as a caregiver, she had no issue disclosing how much money she was making.
It seems like a really uphill battle to prove things.
It's why Greg Sarnecki and his wife Teresa reached out to News 5 Investigates, adamant this woman, Helga Sarnecki, wasn't being honest in court about her employment. For the last decade, Helga had been collecting alimony to support her. This year, Helga's attorney, R. Gregory Haller, filed this motion to not only continue spousal payments, but increase the amount from $100 a month to $600 a month. Court records show Helga had testimony from a former employer alleging she could no longer lift and work at a building maintenance company. But cell phone video recorded by Helga's next-door neighbor clearly shows Helga lifting and moving this backyard water pond liner just a few days before she appeared in court. Then there's cell phone video Teresa provided us showing Helga dancing with a male stripper in a club. The couple believes this isn't indicative of a woman who is too sick to work.
If somebody could just follow her on a daily basis and see how she is when she goes to the grocery store. All we can do is show before and after videos of when she's not being watched, how she is, and then the videos of when she is in a courtroom, how she is.
After our original story aired, Helga called the News 5 Investigates tip line.
For one, I never said I couldn't work.
You may find that odd because Helga's own attorney filed this motion on June 8, 2021, that specifically told the courts that Helga could not work at all beginning the last week of May. When requesting an increase in spousal payments, Helga's attorney also said Helga's health has deteriorated in 2021 and continues to deteriorate at a more rapid pace. He also stated that Helga was taking care of just one client as a caregiver due to her pain and health problems.
If you're qualified to take care of people's loved ones, elderly loved ones, you would think you're qualified to take care of yourself.
With Teresa and Greg's permission, News 5 responded to an ad Helga had posted on the internet for caregiving services. Remember, Helga's own attorney was trying to get the courts to increase spousal payments due to her medical issues and inability to work. Helga agreed to meet one of our undercover employees at this Starbucks, where she admitted she doesn't just take care of one client, she has 4, and then disclosed that one of her clients pays her $2,000 a month. After this evidence came to light, we've since learned Helga has dropped her request for alimony payments. In fact, Greg and Teresa don't have to pay Helga another penny moving forward. A case that was tied up in the court system for 13 years since 2009 is now closed just a few months after our original story uncovered the truth.
I knew that your story blew her out of the water.
Teresa and Greg are now in Texas, but I was able to catch up with them by phone for their reaction. They say the ending to this nightmare is finally over.
There could be zero contact, not even to a third party. Like, we couldn't contact her and she couldn't contact us in any way, which was like a freaking quadruple blessing, you know? Not only did everything end, but she could never contact us ever again.
Meanwhile, Helga had this to say regarding our story.
You don't know anything. You're not a good person. You're just a selfish one that don't know nothing, and you went off a one-sided story and just played it because you wanted to be on the news. That's it.
And we reached out to Helga's attorney twice to get his reaction to the ending of this case, but we did not hear back. I also reached out to Helga one final time just to give her a chance to explain her side of things. She sent a one-line text message back that said, quote, "I can't talk with you."
Well, that's a tough situation, and I'm happy for Greg and his wife because some people just take advantage of the situation. Regardless, alimony is known as a spouse support. Is a financially payment that is made from one spouse to another. So after a divorce or a separation, it's intended to help the receiver spouse to maintain a standard of living, especially if they have been financially dependent to the other spouse on the payment. Alimony is determined including the length of marriage and any health issue conditions and the custody arrangement. So I guess in her situation, she had a health issue and she was being paid for almost 13 years. Guys, just make a wisely decision when you want to get married because you don't have to deal with all this alimony stuff. Okay? Let's read some comments. I love comments. The woman who accused the guy of being the father and he went to jail for 5 years, she should now have to go to jail for 10 years. And for the guy who put his house in his mother's name, that is just divorce insurance. I think that is what all men should do. Yes, I think all men should do that. That's a wisely choice. And he even said that he was intelligent. And for the guy that went in jail for 5 years, I really feel bad for him. And there is nothing, sadly, there is nothing that he can do about it. Very sad. If you falsely accuse a man of a crime and he goes to a prison based on your false testimony, then you should also go to prison for that same amount of time. Yes, I think you should, because it was a false testimony. I remember when you have to testify, you have to put your right hand and say whatever I say is the truth, you know. So it's a false testimony in front of the court. I think you're supposed to go to the prison and do probably the same or twice. The British guy that put his house in his mother's name was too funny. Yeah. You can take two flowers with ya. He was funny. He was laughing. He was so happy. Like, oh man, they almost got me, but I'm intelligent. Yeah, I like that. That woman should be sent to jail for committed fraud, and yet she gets away without any punishment, while the ex-husband spent 5 years on jail for child support that she clearly knows isn't his child. The law is clearly broken and sickening. Yes, the law is broken and sickening. The system is not made for men. The marriage system is made for women. Guys, open your eyes, right? I'm still in touch with him. She definitely touching him. Probably, yeah, in touch with him, yeah. Anything can happen, right? And this is why perpetual alimony should end. Yes. The whole thing with alimony is just a big headache for me. Like, I don't see the sense of it. If you separate with someone, why should someone should keep paying you for divorce or for separation? If you have a health condition, they're supposed to have a system to help people with handicap or with mental illness, whatever it is, right? And if the person is separate and that's it, if you don't have any children to pay for your children, it makes sense to have a child support. But alimony, I don't see the reason of it. I don't know. You guys let me know down the bottom. What do you guys think about it? It's easy, guys. Just find a woman you hate and give her a house. Number one should go to prison for at least 5 years to make up for the 5 years that he served because of her false accusations, particularly since she admitted in court under oath that she knew the entire time that the whole thing was a lie. Yes, I agree with you. I think she's supposed to do that. That's very sad that the guy's just sitting there and nobody, like, he's just crying. But, there's nothing nobody can do. The court cannot do anything, even though he's innocent, right? That's not right. Prenups and DNA testing mandatory. Yes, should be mandatory when the baby is born. Just right there, just to clear anything. I think it should be mandatory in the hospital. I think so. What do you guys think? Let me know. Those women are committing fraud. How are they not in prison? Yes, they're not in prison. How are they not in prison? Why? She's turned the table, okay? If she was a man and he was a girl, like, what would happen if you turn the table, right? That's what I'm telling you guys. This system is made for women, not for men. My wife of 20 years also has absolutely no idea that the house is in my mother's name too. It is willed to my 2 young kids and she can't touch it. Yes, I think if you buy a house, it's not for you, it's not for your house. I think it's something that you want to heritage. Your kids need to heritage it. So it makes sense to put the kids' names under your house. Makes sense, right? So what I learned about this content is you have to smart up, guys. Make a wisely choice. If you find yourself in a situation that your asset is being jeopardized, put it in your mother's name or put it in someone, your kid's name or someone that related to you. You know, like the other guy say, find a wife that you hate. I think that was a joke, right? So, if you like this video, like, subscribe, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video.